but I know that August is the month. We're going to do like a go-getter's guide to the rest of 2025. We're going to do an August audit. So you're sweeping, the things you're not doing under the rug. What are we trying to fix? We're not really sure. So let's get really, really honest. Hello and welcome to another episode of the In Her Power podcast. Hope you guys are doing so well. And if you're listening in real time, happy Monday. I'm a little bit shook because at the time of recording, we're coming to the end of August. And when this episode goes live, it'll be the final week of August. And August is such an interesting month. In the past 2-3 years, there's always been a really low happen in June, July. And then August onwards, it goes like up and up and up and up, both in business, personally, professionally, all the things. I don't know what it is, whether it's like the moon or whether it's like an energetic thing for me mid-year. I'm not really sure, but I know that August is the month. It's like the bridge between the year's middle and the year's final push. And I almost feel that how you end August has the potential to set the tone for how you finish 2025. We're going to do like a go-getter's guide to the rest of 2025. We're going to finish the year really, really strong. And we have, 4 solid months to do this. That is so much time. But in today's episode, we're going to do an August audit. Okay. And this is going to be a goal-focused framework. I'm not just talking about a nice little reset checklist. We're getting really deep here and we're focusing on strictly our goals, not necessarily our habits, routines, our mindset. They're all very important, but we're focusing on goals for today's episode. And this is truly for the go-getter at heart. Like if you're ready to realign your goals, you're ready to sharpen your focus, and you want to build a results-driven plan for September, this is the episode for you. So let's get into it. So we're about to get a little bit brutally honest with ourselves for step number 1, because you guys know I love honesty. You guys know I love calling you out on your You guys know that what we're not looking at, we cannot change. And if you're sweeping your bad habits, you're sweeping, the things you're not doing under the rug, what are we trying to fix? We're not really sure. So let's get really, really honest. So step number 1, big goal reality check. Okay. So I want you to remember, recall, write them down, the goals that you set for yourself in 2025 or, in July, June, July, whatever, August. And I just want you to think about what's your current progress in measurable terms, by the way. I hope that when you set your goals, you gave yourself something tangible to measure. I want to earn X amount. I want to build X amount of followers on social media. I want to lose X amount of weight. I want to do X amount of pull-ups in the gym. I want to run X amount of kilometers. You have to have had something measurable. Otherwise, what are you actually working towards? It's just an intention. That's not a goal. I want you to ponder, write it down if you want to, what your current progress is in measurable terms. And then I want you to think about like what's working and what's not working, right? So there's got to be some things that, maybe are moving the needle towards what you're working towards. And there's probably some things as well that you're not doing too well. Hands up. There's no shame here. The more honest we get with ourselves, the better we're going to be. So what's working, what's not, then we're going to get really cold, hard facts here and be so upfront with ourselves. If I was to continue operating the way I currently do with regards to this goal, is it still worth pursuing? Will I obtain this by the end of the year? The answer is going to be yes or no. If it's no, that's actually perfect because we're going to evolve from step 2 onwards. If you are actually on track, you're going to double down. You're going to double down then some. I would recommend going all in to the best of your ability and doubling down on what you've been doing because it's obviously working for you. But if you are someone that's like, you know what? No, if I'm still going the way I'm going, I'm not going to obtain that said thing in December. Let's talk about it. So step number 2, I want you to pinpoint your needle movers. Okay. This could be things that you are doing already or things that you should be doing that you should be doing that would be moving the needle for you. So identify 1 to 2 actions or habits or routines that have moved the needle for you in the past 2 months or would move the needle for you in the next 2 months. And I want you to double down on them for September. And we're going to reassess again in September. You can rinse and repeat this. In fact, I would recommend you rinse and repeat this episode for every month if you are very goal focused. And this is going to accelerate your progress, obviously. Step number 3. This is going to be interesting for some of you. I want you to cut the dead weight. So I want you to audit everything you currently do. So if you think of your calendar, what are the commitments that I currently do? What are the extracurricular activities, if you have any, but also like as an analogy. What are the things that you are doing that are actually not in alignment with you? But also the dead weight doesn't have to just be like, commitments or activities that you do in your spare time. It could be habits, it could be routines, it could be rituals, it could be projects that you engage in. Does this directly move me forward towards my top 3 goals? And is this taking away time, effort, energy into my top 3 goals? And if it is, can we cut that dead weight? And if we can't cut it, can we maybe delegate the weight? Can we maybe park it for now and come back to it in a couple of months' time? Or is it a matter of actually like cutting it out altogether? Energy leaks and distraction, in my opinion, in my experience over the past 12 weeks of my own lock-in, kills momentum. It is arguably one of the biggest deterrents, roadblocks, hesitation, friction points. It's a distraction, it is dead weight, it either needs to be cut out, delegated, or parked. Next, I need you to do a little bit of reverse engineering for the goals that you've got for the rest of the year. I want you to convert your big goals into daily metrics or to daily actions or to daily habits. And this is where your habit track is going to come in. So, okay, let's have a look at this big goal that I want to obtain. What do I have to do on a weekly basis? What do I have to do on a daily basis? From there, it's time to start tracking those things in a habit tracker, taking that big goal, reverse engineering it, and breaking it down into bite-sized pieces. Next should go without saying, but you need to ensure that your environment is set up for the ambition, the drive, the goals, whatever it is that you are chipping away at. Make sure your environment reflects that. I'm not just talking about your physical environment and making sure it's clean. I'm talking about your digital environment. I'm talking about your office space. I'm talking about your tech. I'm talking about your social media, the people that you follow and the people that you engage with. Do they drain you? Every single environment you put yourself into voluntarily or involuntarily, you need to assess and ensure that it is optimized. There is no room now for half in, half out. If you are serious about where you're heading for the last 4 months of the year, this is what you need to do. So ensure that your environment, physical, your digital, your emotional, your mental, all reflects where you're heading. And then I want you to plan your September sprint. And that's what it is. We are well and truly on our way to the end of the year, and it's going to fly like that. It's going to feel like we've sprinted. So let's set it up. I want you to pick one daily non-negotiable habit for the goal or goals that you're working towards and add that for September. It could be an additional one. It could be picking up an old one. It could even be letting go of one that you currently do every single day that is now a non-negotiable. That's no longer in my set of habits. So pick one or drop one and it's a non-negotiable. Then I want you to plan out your September based on the goal that you're working towards or the goals that you are working towards, not the other way around. Your social life, your friends, your family. For the last 4 months of the year, I encourage you to put them as second priority and make your goal or goals for the last bit of 2025 the number one priority. So I want you to schedule, like literally go into your calendar and see whether you can move things around so that every single thing you need to do within the goal that you're working towards is done day in, day out. Okay? Your calendar from September to December revolves around your goal, not the other way around. The goal is the focus and your calendar needs to reflect that. And then last but certainly not least, I would love, this is a challenge to you, schedule in a weekly check-in with yourself. Have a look at the results, measure what you can, have a look at your habit tracker. How did we go this last week or this last fortnight? Maybe do a money check-in with yourself. Whatever it is you're working towards, whatever your goal is, there will be an opportunity for you to check in. And I would recommend, if you're serious, doing it on a weekly basis. This is not about, starting again or needing to refresh at the end of every week. It's just keeping a pulse on the momentum, keeping a pulse on the progress, because that's when you feel a little bit more in control. That's when you can feel like, you know what? Yeah, I am on a roll. Look what I did this last week or this last fortnight. Let's level it up. Let's take it up a notch. Let's really go ham for the last, couple of weeks of September. Do an audit again. Rinse and repeat this episode if you have to. Let's go again for October. Again, guys, I really feel if we can leverage from the growth mindset around August, if we can apply a growth mindset for, the last 5 months, 4 months of the year, we could finish the year far better than we could ever imagined, far better than we started off. We have all these tools. We have all these resources. You've got episodes like this to really hold your hand and guide you along. I really encourage you to take what we've spoken about today and apply it as soon as you can. This episode is going live at the end of August, but feel free to redo this at any point in time. I think there is so much power and so much beauty in knowing you don't have to wait for a new month, end of month, a Monday, a new year to start something. You can start again the second you decide to. So I'm wishing you the most beautiful end of August. Let me know how you go with your August audit. As always, thank you so much. I love you so much. I'll see you in my next episode.